안녕하세요 여러분. 저는 션인예술단에서 무용수 겸 안무가를 맡고 있는 김지성입니다. At age 15, I left Korea and came to New York to learn classical Chinese dance. 这是我的故事，请关注。
3 languages! Alright, before we get started with this amazing story, right now we're in Vancouver at Fisherman's Market.
Where are we at?
Granville Market.
Granville Island Market, okay? And if you like Jisung's story, make sure to like our video and subscribe. Okay, let's hear the story. Let's go.
Okay, so my story starts back in Korea. I was having a pretty hard time. In Korea, as a teenager, to fit in, you have to talk about some trending topics, such as video games, relationships, and sometimes even cursing and lying. But it was against my spirituality. But sadly, I also could feel that I was slowly changing to a person that I don't want to be. This made me feel that very sad and negative, almost hating myself and the society I was in. And top of that, I was dealing with some family issues. So all these things together, I had really dark thoughts that almost wanted to give up on everything.
Oh, you have to jump, actually jump. Oh my god. Jump! I'm jumping! You have to get the beat! You have to get the beat!
Luckily, when I was 15 years old, I watched Shen Yun and it changed my life. The spiritual message struck me and I was really touched. I immediately felt that this is what I want to do. And from MC's explanations, I understood that most of the dancers are trained in Feitian Academy of the Arts and Feitian College in New York. So I stopped going to the school even before the audition. I was like, I'm going there no matter what. And luckily, I passed the audition and I came to New York.
But before you go to New York, we're late for a ferry. Jisung.
Okay, well,
We're late for the ferry.
got the ferry.
Yeah. Flying halfway across the world, I finally got to New York, but I had 2 big problems. First thing, Feitian is bilingual school, but I couldn't speak English or Chinese, and I had very serious social anxiety. When I crossed the hallway, if I see there's more than 2 people, I wouldn't dare to walk by. So it took me 3 days to find out where the cafeteria is, and after I found out, there's too many people that speaking the language that I don't understand. So it took me actually around 1 week to eat a meal at the cafeteria. I survived eating Korean snacks that I got from Korea.
And that's why Jisung loves Korean snacks so much nowadays. Keep going with the story though.
Luckily, I had a great roommates who tried their best to communicate with me with the Korean dictionary and charades, Felix and Aaron.
Wait, Jisung. Do you think Felix found it annoying to have to communicate with you that way, help you?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's ask Felix about that.
Sure, ask.
Okay, Jisung, I remember when you first came, you spoke literally no English and no Chinese. And in the first week, we communicated in the most primitive way possible, with hand gestures, body language, and a Korean phrase book on our iPods. But after the first week, you improved your English and Chinese so miraculously fast that even now I find it hard to believe. And no, we were not annoyed by you. In fact, we were so shocked at how fast you were improving day by day. And even now, rooming with you and being in the same training class has been some of my best memories at Feitian. So stay strong, 加油, and I'll see you in a few months. Bye.
Thanks again, Felix. But anyway, the first year was a struggle for me because the language barrier and then the tough training that almost pushed to my limit. So I was exhausted both physically and mentally. And at the same time, I was away from my family, and then I wasn't really dare to tell them about how hard it is because I was so worried about them worrying about me. So I felt very lonely at that time. So I cried a lot.
Jisung, how'd you get over it?
It was getting too hard, so I had to call my mom and told her that the learning language thing is too difficult for me. And she told me one thing which helped me a lot. She said, trust in God and trust in yourself. And I was like, oh wow, that's true. And I started to think positively.
Before we continue the story, we found this little boy eating ice cream, and he reminds me of Jisung when he's eating snacks. Look.
No.
Any similarities?
No,
to that pose?
zero.
Jisung eating snacks?
Zero.
Alright, continue the story.
After that, I changed my perspective and start thinking positively. For example, okay, I don't know how to speak English or Chinese, but that means I'm learning 2 languages. And like, I don't know how to do this, it's pretty tough, but that means I'm learning new skills and getting stronger. Also, I don't know these people, but that means I'm making a lot more friends. And then, everything became easier. As a result of my journey, I've attained a long-lasting gift that enriched my life today. The classmates and roommates a decade ago are still my best friends and support me until today. Most importantly, finally, I'm a member of Shen Yun, which is on a mission that revived the traditional, divine, and grand culture, which I wanted to achieve the most. So the biggest lesson that I learned is in Chinese called 柳暗花明又一村, which means that after every storm, there'll be a rainbow. No matter how hard it is, if you can stay strong and keep your faith, then the gods will guide you to the right path.
Hey, Jisung, so you talking about friends? Am I one of the friends?
Whoa!
Snacking again.
Okay, that was my story, and I thought it was already very hard, but after starting choreographing dances, it got even harder.
But that's a story for another time. Let us know in the comments below if you want to listen to it.
Oh, and check out this video where Jisung reveals his secret to choreographing dances. I'm sure you guys will like it.
If you liked the video, subscribe and hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you next time.
No, someone had to sit in the middle. Do you want to sit in the middle?
Sam will sit in the middle.
What is this?
So it stabilizes it, right?
Yeah. Rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, after that, Come on.